The missing 411 phenomenon refers to the unexplained disappearances of individuals, primarily in national parks and remote wilderness areas across the United States and beyond. Coined by former law enforcement officer and investigator David Paulides, the term encapsulates hundreds of cases where people seemingly vanish without a trace or are found under mysterious circumstances. Often, these disappearances involve children, experienced hikers, and seasoned outdoorsmen, raising alarm bells for anyone familiar with outdoor survival. In many cases, search and rescue efforts, equipped with the latest technology, trained dogs, and expert personnel, fail to find any clues, while some individuals are found in areas that searchers had previously combed thoroughly. Though most of these cases are officially unsolved, the unusual circumstances surrounding them have led to a wide range of theories about what might be happening in these wild, secluded spaces. At first glance, some might attribute these disappearances to common causes, accidents, predators, or simple disorientation. But as you delve deeper into the details, you'll find that many of these cases defy conventional explanations. People disappear without making any noise, leaving no tracks, and often while being just feet away from friends or family members. Sometimes, the missing are found miles away in locations that seem impossible for them to reach, especially in such short time frames. In other cases, victims are discovered in previously searched areas, raising suspicions that they were placed there later. Shoes and clothing are often found neatly placed or in locations that make no sense given the terrain and weather conditions. What could be behind this phenomenon? The answer, it seems, is far darker than anyone initially expected. One of the most chilling theories suggests that these disappearances are the result of supernatural forces at work in the wilderness. The areas where people vanish are often steeped in ancient legends and folklore, places where indigenous tribes once lived and where spiritual and otherworldly forces were believed to reside. Some believe that the land itself may be cursed, or that ancient entities still inhabit these remote regions. David Paulides himself has noted that clusters of disappearances occur near locations with strange names, often referencing devil or demon in their titles, like Devil's Tower, Devil's Lake, and Demon's Path. It's possible, according to this theory, that these locations serve as portals or gateways to other realms, places where the veil between our world and another is thin. People who wander too close might unknowingly step into a space where different rules apply, becoming trapped in another dimension or taken by entities that lie beyond human understanding. One of the most famous cases is that of Dennis Martin, a 6-year-old boy who disappeared in Great Smoky Mountains National Park in 1969. Dennis was playing with other children in a field near the campsite, while his father and grandfather watched from a distance. In a moment of playful hide-and-seek, Dennis stepped behind a bush, and within seconds, he was gone. Despite a massive search operation involving hundreds of people, dogs, helicopters, and even the US Army's Special Forces, no trace of Dennis was ever found. Strangely, the dogs couldn't pick up a scent, and some searchers reported hearing a loud, unnatural scream in the area shortly after Dennis vanished. To this day, the case remains unsolved, and it has fueled speculation that Dennis may have been taken by something far more sinister than a mere predator or kidnapper. Another theory gaining traction is that these disappearances are part of a government cover-up, a collusion between human authorities and non-human entities. According to this theory, national parks and remote wilderness areas serve as more than just scenic getaways. They are the hunting grounds or research facilities for extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings. There are stories, whispers on the wind, that the US government knows about these abductions and allows them to happen in exchange for technology or knowledge that these beings provide. Perhaps the missing people are being taken for experiments, biological or psychological testing, carried out by non-human entities that we could not even begin to understand. Many who subscribe to this theory believe that the US government is working with aliens or demons, creatures who have existed in the shadows of our world for millennia. According to this belief, these entities require human subjects for their experiments, and they choose individuals who are isolated, vulnerable, or located in areas far from public scrutiny. In return for providing these beings with their resources, the government gains access to technology far beyond our current capabilities, technology that has helped shape modern advancements. The Roswell incident, often linked to government secrecy about UFOs, may only be the tip of the iceberg. The truth, some say, is far more terrifying, with disappearances like those catalogued in the missing 411 cases being part of a secret pact made long ago. One chilling example of this theory involves the disappearance of Stacey Arras. In 1981, Stacey, a 14-year-old girl, disappeared from Yosemite National Park while on a horseback riding trip. She left her group to take photos near a small lake, just a few hundred feet away from the camp. She was never seen again. Despite the proximity to her group and the extensive search that followed, not a single trace of her has been found. Some speculate that Stacey's disappearance was not an accident, but rather an abduction orchestrated by forces operating in the park under government supervision. Her case is eerily similar to other missing 411 incidents. No scent, no footprints, and no remains. There are also more unsettling accounts, like the Kasukabe children's disappearance in Japan's Aokigahara forest, known as the Suicide Forest. The dense, mysterious woods have been a hotspot for unusual activity, and one of the lesser-known stories involves two children who disappeared while playing near the forest's edge. Some say they were never seen again, while others claim to have seen strange lights or figures in the forest before the children vanished. The Japanese government, known for keeping tight control over what happens in Aokigahara, has been accused of hiding the truth about these disappearances, suggesting a global conspiracy that involves more than just the US government. There is also a theory linking the missing 411 phenomenon to underground bases or hidden laboratories. Some speculate that remote areas like national parks are ideal places for secret government experiments, and the people who disappear might be subjects who never return from these facilities. One case frequently mentioned is that of Theodore McCabe, who disappeared while hiking near Mount Shasta in 1999. Mount Shasta has long been associated with strange occurrences, including UFO sightings and rumors of hidden underground cities. According to some, McCabe's disappearance is connected to these underground activities, with the government knowing full well that something sinister is taking place under the mountain. Whether it's advanced human experimentation or collaboration with non-human entities, these hidden bases are believed to be where the truth lies. An equally disturbing theory ties these disappearances to ancient demonic entities, fallen angels who roam the earth, seizing human beings for purposes known only to them. According to some interpretations, the Nephilim, the offspring of these fallen angels, and human women, as mentioned in the Bible, may not have disappeared after the Great Flood, but continue to exist in hidden places. These beings, powerful and malevolent, may be the ones responsible for the abductions. Some theorists point to the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, which describes how these fallen angels taught humans forbidden knowledge. Could it be that the government is aware of these entities and is facilitating their activities in exchange for otherworldly power? In the biblical narrative, these fallen beings have long sought to corrupt humanity, to manipulate and control us through fear and destruction. The disappearances may be part of a larger cosmic battle, one that has been waged since the beginning of time. The Bible speaks of how the prince of the power of the air, Ephesians 2:2, operates unseen, influencing governments and rulers, sowing chaos where we least expect it. Could the missing 411 cases be evidence that this spiritual warfare is still ongoing, with wilderness areas serving as battlegrounds where humans are caught in the crossfire? The fear that surrounds these disappearances is not just about being lost in the woods. It's about something far darker, something ancient, something that lurks beneath the surface of our understanding. As we move deeper into the 21st century, with all of our technological advancements, we may think we have conquered the unknown. But as these stories of vanished people show, there are forces, both earthly and spiritual, that remain outside our grasp, just as they were in the days of Noah. Perhaps these disappearances are a reminder of the spiritual battle that rages beyond the physical world. In the end, we may be facing more than just the loss of life. We may be witnessing the echoes of a conflict that has existed since the dawn of time. And if the ancient texts are right, these disappearances are not random. They are part of a larger story, one of human vulnerability and spiritual warfare, where the forces of good and evil continue their struggle for control over our world. Those who vanish in the wilderness may be caught in this unseen war, taken by beings that operate in the shadows, hidden from our eyes, but ever present, watching and waiting. The missing are more than statistics. They are part of a much larger, darker narrative,